All right, so let us look at the next section together and then see what happens. In a certain game, the points are assigned to every word. Each Q, X, and Z is worth 5 points. Okay, so that's given. And all other letters worth 1 point each. What is the sum of the points? So here, I'm looking for Q, X, Z. Q is here. X is here. Q, X, Z. Q, X, and that's it. That's all I have. And everything else worth 1 point. So I have 10 points here already. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7. So when I combine them together, I get 17 points. All right. Let's look at the next question, number 2. Here we have 2x minus 10 equals 20. How about x minus 5? Did you realize that this one and then this one? In fact, x minus 5 is half of 2x minus 10. So then half of 20, it should be equal to 10. Choice B. Not bad. Number 3. If t represents an odd integer, which of the following represents the expression of an even integer? You see, difference between even and odd is that either you add 1, so for example 3 and 4, you gotta add 1. Or 3 and 6, you gotta add 3. You gotta add another odd number to become odd number to the even number. So then, which one will that be? So t is an odd number, so when I add or subtract even numbers to another odd number, it's not gonna work. This one is b is, even though I'm adding odd number, but 2 times of odd number will be already even number. Minus 1 becomes odd. So in fact, choice E would have been the answer because 5 times an odd number is still an odd number, and adding 1 makes it into even. Now, number 4. For the triangles above, the perimeter of the triangle ABC is equal to the perimeter of this one. So what is this perimeter? That becomes 12 plus 1 becomes total 21. All right, now, if the triangle ABC is an equilateral, what is the length of AB? So we have to get 21 divided by 3 becomes 7. So we get 7 as our answer. Number 4. And number 5. The circle graph above represents all the jeans that was sold in the retail store. Now, if the store sold 900 pairs of jeans other than brands J, K, L, M, N. J, K, L, MN. That means this other brands is 900. How many pairs of jeans did they sell altogether? So 20% was 900. Then what is 100? Altogether meaning 100%. So 20 over 100. That ratio must be same thing as 900, what they actually sold, over X. I can easily see that these two becomes 5 and 1 when I divide top and bottom by 20. Then I get by cross multiplication, X must be equal to 4,500. So 4,500 would have been our answer, which is choice E. Number 6. All right, here we have, if there's no waste, how many square yards of carpeting is needed to cover rectangular floor 12 feet by 18 feet? Notice the square yard. So it might be better for us to make the 12 feet, but how many yards is that? I have to divide by 3 because 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. Then I get 4 yards. How about 18 feet? 18 feet, divide that by 3, we get 6 yards. So by converting each one of them into yards, then we should be able to get the square yards quite nicely. So when you combine them together, we get 24 by multiplying 4 times 6. Number 7. A certain scale only registers weight that are greater than 6 pounds. If a person who wanted to know the weight of puppy, the kitten, and bunny weighs in them pairs, so this is basically what happened. So K plus B was equal to 7, and K plus P was equal to 8, and B plus P is equal to 9. What is the weight of the puppy? So that means I'm looking for P. But notice that everything has 2 at a time. So what if I were to add up all 3 of them? What do we get? 2K plus 2B, because I have B 2 times, plus 2P, because I have P 2 times, is equal to 15 and then 24. Then when I divide everything by 2, then I'll be getting K plus B plus P must be equal to 12. But once again, I'm looking for puppy, then that means P, then I need to get rid of K plus B. What's K plus B? That was equal to 7 over here. So by subtracting 7 from both sides, then P must be equal to 5. So 5 would have been our answer. Number 8. On a blueprint, a quarter inch represents the 16 feet. So 1/4 inch represents the 16 feet. All right, if a driveway is 40 feet long, and then what should be the number of inches on the map? So all I have to do is set it equal to x and having a proportion. So in fact, 1/4 over x is equal to 16 over 40. All I have to do is cross multiply them. Then I'll be getting 16x is equal to 1/4 times 40 becomes 10. Dividing each side by 16, x equals 10 over 16. We know that to be 5 over 8, which is choice B. All right, let's look at the next question. Number 9. In the xy coordinate system, P, 0 is one of the points of the intersection from here and here. That means P can plug into here and here as well. If P is positive, what is the value of P? So since P is one of the intersection between, once again, intersection means when two graphs are graphed together, they're equal to each other. Then all I have to do, in fact, is set them equal to each other and then try to figure things out. So we get negative x squared plus 9 is equal to x squared minus 9. Obviously, I can add x squared and then add 9 as well. Then I can see that these two cancels out. 2x squared must be equal to 18. That tells you that x squared must be equal to 9. Then what is the value of x equal to? Yes, it should be plus or minus 3, but we are looking for positive, so therefore P is positive, so therefore P must be equal to 3. All right, now let's look at the next question. The Smith Metal Company's old machine makes 300 volts per hour. If the new machine makes 450 volts per hour, if both machines begin running at the same time, how many minutes? You see, one thing about two machines working together means rate will be added up together. So we get 300 plus 450. In other words, 750 volts will be made per hour. Now, then how many minutes will it take those two machines to make a total of 900 volts? Then all I have to do is what? 900 divided by 750. And then the thing is that since this is in terms of hours, to get the minutes, we have to multiply that by 60. Then that would have been our final answer. So 0, 0 cancels out. Now, I can divide each side by 75. Then it's going to go into 1 time, and then maybe 15. So 15 times, actually, well, not 15, 12 rather. 12, that means 12 times 6 becomes 72. So therefore 72 minutes would have been our answer. Number 11. So this is a table above, gives you the values of linear function. You see, when it's linear function, there are two things which we have to look at. Obviously, the things would be y equals mx plus b. Now, this b is when x equals 0. So in this case, when t is equal to 0, I see 2. So 2 must be the number at the end. So which one is that? Obviously, it will be one of these two. To find the slope, slope is the ratio, meaning as t increases by 1, how much is y changing? Subtracting 2 each time. So that means these negative 2 must be the slope for that equation, which would be choice E becomes the answer. All right, let's look at number 12. The results of survey of 16 students over here shows the distance to the nearest mile that students of various grades travel to school. According to this grid, which of the following is true? So there is only one student who travels 2 miles to school. So 2 miles, that means right over here. How many students do we have? I see 2. So in fact, therefore, first one will not be correct. All right, how about the second one? Half of the students travel less than 4 miles. Less than 4, that means 4 cannot be part of it. So less than 4 miles, that's basically what we're talking about. But we only have 5 students, so that's not correct either. All right, see, more 12th graders than 11th graders travel 6 or more miles. So 6 or more, so that means we have 12th grader will be what? I have 3 students. 11th graders have 2 students, so therefore C seems to be correct. Let me go for D and E just to make sure. The students who travel less than 3 miles to school, less than 3 miles, that means right over here, are all 12th graders. No, they're not 12th graders. They are in fact 1, 9, 1, 10, and 1, 11. So that's not correct either. The last one, of the students who travel 7 or more miles, so that means right over here, that's basically what we're looking at, 7 or more miles, half of them are 9th graders. 9th graders only 2, and the other 3 are not 9th graders, so it's not quite half. So once again, only correct answer will be choice C. All right, let's look at number 13. How many positive 3-digit integers have the hundredths digit equal to 3? So 3. And the unit digit, 1th digit, is equal to 4. That means how many positive 3-digit integers? So what can I fit into the middle? In fact, it can be anything I want to. So then I could have 0 through 9. That means, in fact, I have 10 choices. So therefore, 10 would be my answer. Number 14. In the figure above shows the graph of the line y equals mx plus b. Notice that means b is the y-intercept, which is -1. And then which of the following best represents the graph of the line y equals 3mx plus b. Notice plus b didn't change. That means my y-intercept didn't change. What does that mean? Either choice A or choice D. Okay, I have one of those two alone. You see, the fact that I have negative to the previous slope, that means instead of going down this way, I have to go up. So my slope would have gone up by merely having negative. But 3, what 3 does is that it changes the slope more steeper, like this. So therefore, this will not be, this is simply negation of the original slope, but it has to go up because I have 3 is multiplied to that slope. So therefore, only thing that's possible is choice D. Now, let's look at the next question, number 15. If the volume of the cube is 8, so that means, let's look at it. So I have a cube is equal to 8, that means each side must be equal to 2. What is the shortest distance from the center of the cube to the base of the cube? Center of the cube would have been right over here to the base of the cube. But the thing is, if you had to cut through the middle, then what you would have seen is this. You would have seen the square if you cut through that middle by the green line, and center would have been right over here, while all the distances are equal to 2. And what the question is looking for is that distance. That distance will be the center to the base of the cube. Then that would be half of 2, so therefore our answer would be 1. Number 16. Y equals 5x cubed over z. What happened to the value when both x and z are doubled? Then we're just going to put 2x and then 2z in those places. So 5 times 2x to the third over 2z. Then notice that I put the parentheses because cube is impacting entire value of x. So in place of x, I put 2x. So entire 2x would have been affected by cube. Then here, what do we get? 5 times 8 times x cubed over 2z. Notice that I'm not multiplying 5 and 8 right away, because if I have to rearrange them, I get 8 over 2 times 5x cubed over z. The reason why I have done it this way is because now this one is exactly the same thing as y. But what happened to y? I had to multiply that by 8 over 2, which is equal to 4. So therefore, multiplied by 4. Choice E becomes the answer. All right, let's look at number 17 here together. Now, Luke purchased an automobile $5,000, and the value of the automobile decreased by 20% each year. Now, so then the function is given in this way. How many years from date of the purchase will the value be over here? Then what we have to do is this. All we have to do is put 3,200 is equal to 5,000, and then 4/5 of n. Now I'm going to divide by 5,000. Then we get, in fact, 3,200 over 5,000 is equal to 4 over 5 to the n power. To simplify this one, you will realize that I can cancel out these two zeros. Actually, there's one more zero. And then 32 over 50, I can divide top and bottom by 2. Then I get 16 over 25. Hey, what should be the value of n so that 4 over 5 becomes 16 over 25? N should be equal to 2. So therefore, 2 becomes the answer. In the figure above, 3 wires are braided in this manner. Now, but what we want to do is, you see, switch first 2 and then switch second 2 and so forth and so on. At what number are we going to be? Are we going to get ABC one more time? So we have BAC. Step number 2 will be this one, and step number 3 will be C, BA. Okay, no, wait a minute. Within 3 steps, we were able to switch ABC into CBA. That means we need another 3 steps to switch CBA to ABC. So total 6 steps would have been necessary. Now, number 19. In a set of 11 different numbers, which of the following cannot affect the value of the median? Median is the middle number. So if you double each number, then even the median will be affected. Increasing each number by 10 also will be median will be affected by 10. Increase the smallest number only. So if I have smallest number, how many whatever, have smallest number, what if that becomes the biggest number? Then my middle number will no longer be middle number. So it can be impacted. Decreasing the largest number only as well. That can be, if I have a largest number, if I make it decrease too much, then my middle number will no longer be middle number. But E would have been our answer, because when you increase the largest number by far, it will still be the middle number. Largest number will still be the largest number, so middle number wouldn't be affected by it. Choice E becomes the answer. Number 20. In the figure above, SBT is the 1/4 of the circle. Okay, the radius is equal to 6. I can see that, and plus the width of the rectangle is 8. Length plus width is equal to 8. So that means, I don't know what this one is, but L plus W is equal to 8. Then the perimeter of the shaded region is, perimeter of the shaded region is this. So first I have to get the outer thing. That will be what? 1/4 quarter of the circumference. Circumference, how do you find the circumference? Is equal to 2 pi r, which will be equal to 12 pi. So when I multiply by 12 pi, I'll be getting 3 pi. So that will be equal to 3 pi. Now, how can I figure out this length and this length? You see, that will be in fact equal to 6 plus 6, but I have to subtract how much? I have to subtract L and W. So that means 12 minus 8, which is equal to 4. So when I combine these two green pieces, that's equal to 4. But lastly, how about this portion, that diagonal? That will complete our entire perimeter. But did you realize that that is equal to the same diagonal as this one? But that length is a radius. So red one must be equal to 6. Then tells us that 6 plus 4 plus 3 pi, which is 10 plus 3 pi. Choice B becomes our answer. All right, I'll stop here and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.